Sister Isabel, tell me about your journey to Islam. How did it start?
Thank you so much for your question. Let's say for about 7 years ago, I was a Christian woman, but for me it wasn't a true religion at that point. So,
which denomination were you, Catholic or Protestant?
Protestant, yes. I went to church, Bible study, all that kind of activities. But it wasn't the right path for me. So I went out searching, and I come here to the Midway, the Wasatiyah Mosque. First of all, I didn't want to convert, but I just want to walk with the volunteers to know the religion on a very low level.
Before you came here, did you look into other religions, or this was the first?
I went to other churches, so my church was very exciting, and so I tried different kind of churches, and I talked with many friends about their religion. So, but I didn't go to any other prayer houses.
But you had this desire to look for something new.
A very strong desire. Yeah, not. It was
an urge.
An urge. Yes. The first time I came here, it was closed. Second time I came back because I want to go inside. Yeah, well, the people just were very kind, but I didn't want to convert. I just want to look around, go to the lessons, go to the Juma prayer, to just see with my own eyes. So for about 1 year, I was just walking around.
Wow, for 1 whole year?
Yes, as a volunteer. So I made coffee, I assist in the kitchen or whatever there was needed.
Is that how they usually do it? They permit volunteers to come in?
No, most of the times when somebody is interested, they do conversation. They will ask if you want to do shahada, if you want to come to Islam. But I was very defended. So because my family is very Christian, so I wasn't looking to convert. I was just looking: is this the right religion? Yes or no?
Yeah, but if you discovered it was the right religion, what are you going to do about it?
Yeah, so finally it came to my heart, and then I couldn't resist anymore. So that was the point. It's for about, I think I said earlier, I said 1 year, but I think it was after 9 months that I was sitting in the train, and at that point I just knew this night I want to do shahada. It was a Friday night. Every Friday after Juma, there was in the evening there is a lesson from Mr. Mustafa, and I told him I want to do shahada, and he was very glad about it. And now we did shahada, and after that point, everything became very more easy. The prayers.
So during that 9 months,
yeah,
you learned enough about Islam to make the decision?
I think. And I also think that it gave me so much peace in my heart. After, actually it was a very rough time, stressful. You were actually searching for the truth, but I was so peaceful. And I learned that Islam told me everything. For every question, it gave me an answer. So, yeah, that is why I finally every convert been to a phase that they think I'm not good enough right now to do shahada already. Because you know your prayers.
So you keep waiting.
You keep waiting, but that is not how it's supposed to be. Right now, I know that it wasn't right, but I'm happy the way that it went. But for other people, I want to say, don't let that kind of things
Delay you.
delay you. Exactly.
Now, during the 9 months you kept coming here as a volunteer,
Yeah.
were you still going to church?
No, no. I tried. In the beginning, I tried. For example, churches where they don't sing, churches where they don't say, where they don't clap or anything, to see if it's more right for me. And after a while, let's say for a month, I knew that I couldn't enter, and I knew that it's not the truth for me. I didn't believe anymore that I only come to God through Jesus, and that is what they teach you. Yeah? You can come to the Father by Jesus. You accept Him, you come to God. So when I finally knew that wasn't my belief, I couldn't enter anymore to the church, and I love my sisters dearly, even now. Even more now. I have the same love for my Christian sisters as my sisters here in the mosque, but we don't share the same belief.
What was the impact on your family?
It was a high impact because, of course, they knew they think that I left the truth, so they believe Jesus is alive. Why did you left him? So I explained to them, without going to a discussion, that I love Jesus also. He's a prophet. I love him, and I respect him, and you will never hear something say me negative about one of the prophets. But for them, he's the Son of God. And after every Easter, they sent me a text message, Jesus is alive. And after a while, it stopped, because I didn't respond.
Actually, many Christians don't realize that Jesus alayhi salam and his mother Mary alayhi salam have such an esteemed position in Islam, that they are mentioned in the best possible way in the Quran.
Yes, and that's what I was trying to explain to them, but I want to avoid any discussion. So I tell them in a friendly way, but I don't want to talk too much about it, because I also have a grandmother. She is a very high believer, and for her it's also painful. So first of all, they were trying to accept Islam, and after a year there come my hijab, and then it was more visible that I reverted to Islam. And by doing that, changing a little bit my clothes, wearing a scarf, other people will notice. And actually they already noticed that I was not visiting in the church anymore, but they think their own way. But by showing my by my clothes, and for them to see it visibly that I'm Muslim now, they will go to my parents and my grandmother with what is happening with your daughter, and is she well? Is this okay? What's happening? What's happened to her? So yeah, that was a rough time, I think, because first it was for them to adapt and to how you say it, to handle it. But after a year, there was a new phase that other people will notice and ask about it and re-alived it again. But now it's stabilized. They accept it.
Are you on good terms with them?
I'm
now?
in good terms with them, yes. But I always, for me, it's important to be in a good, how do you say it? In a good way with them. But I adapt. So when I'm with them, I don't make it more difficult for them. So if I knew that my mother don't like black dresses, I won't. If she like purple dresses with flowers, I will.
No problem.
So make it more easy for them. That little things I will do, and now we are in a good way with each other. So I'm happy with it.
Well, that's very good. But,
Yeah, alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.
Any of them interested in knowing more about Islam, or they think it's not for them?
They think it's not for them, but actually at this point I think because I give it a lot of time to become that it is like it is right now. I don't push, I don't force them, but I think after so many years they can see now that Islam is really good for me. They see that it stabilized me, that it gives me so much.
So they see the positive,
I think
positive
they
side.
see the positive side. And at the same time, I don't push them. I don't force them. And I'm thinking in my head right now that soon it's time that I invite them. I cook dinner, and I want to invite them with a purpose. Not to invite them to Islam, but really, actually I want to thank my grandmother for teaching me about God. Because she was the beginning of me being a religious woman. And by thanking her, I think it will touch her heart. And it begins with her. And she's now an old lady. She's the mother of my mother. And first of all, I want to give thanks. And second of all, I want to let her know that she was so important for me to be a religious woman, be a woman of God, and that finally I went out searching for my true religion. And I think I don't know most of all, but it's through her.
She paved the way for you.
She made the way for me, and with her, my mother also a little bit, but it begins with the grandmother. So I think, and that's what's in my head actually right now. So yeah.
I think that's perfectly compatible with the Islamic values, because whether our parents agree with us in religion or not, they will still be our parents. And the grandparents are parents. They all should receive the same kind treatment from us, irrespective of where they stand on our religion.
Yes. Yeah. So
what you're doing is the right thing, definitely.
Alhamdulillah. So may Allah guide me with my ideas and give me the strength and give me the right words to do this conversation with her. And actually, I also want to show my kids. I want to be a good example, to be an adult in this situation, not judging the grandmother or the mother, my mother or grandmother, by that they believe another thing or that they're different from me. I truly love them, and by that I will show them that, yeah, my good behavior as a parent.
You have children?
Yes, I have 3 with my ex-husband.
You take your children to see your family?
Yes, of course.
They visit?
Yes, actually, yes, of course. Yeah, my youngest daughter comes very often to the mosque. Yeah, she wears headscarf also. She's now in the 1st grade of the high school, and it's her own choice. So I'm very proud of her. And yesterday, my father saw his granddaughter for the first time with a headscarf. And he didn't say mashallah, but he was very happy to see her. And it's not nothing to see your granddaughter with a headscarf, and she was very happy. And I think it touched his heart also that he can see his granddaughter was a very happy child coming from school, see her grandfather at our house. And he didn't look bad to her, or he didn't he wasn't surprised to see her like that. It was actually pretty normal. So it was also for me a nice moment.
It must have been.
It was very, because I was a little bit afraid to see his reaction. But because the first time he saw me, it was a shock for him. But by now, after so many years, I think he knew that it was coming, and he was just happy to see her. And the scarf is my father.
And I mean, this is your youngest daughter or eldest daughter?
My youngest.
Youngest daughter.
Yeah, she's 11.
MashaAllah.
Yeah.
May Allah bless her.
Yeah.
Now, clearly there were challenges initially about the family. How about society at large? Naturally, your relationship with Islam started here in this center. Therefore, you found an embracing community right from the beginning.
Actually, it is. Yes.
So that must have helped.
Absolutely.
How about society as a whole? Any
society
challenges?
here?
Any problems?
No, not at all. No. I noticed that when I am calling some colleagues or something that didn't know me, and they just hear about Isabel, they didn't expect me to look this way. So when I arrive at the appointment and I introduce myself as Isabel, they are actually sometimes surprised.
Is it the same Isabel?
Is it the Isabel I'm talking about on the phone? Sometimes they doubt it. But when we are in the conversation, I think the headscarf, it means something. It means that I am reliable, that I'm trustworthy, that I hold my word, and I think they see it. Even the original Dutch people, non-Muslims, they see through me that I'm a believing woman, and it doesn't matter if you look, dress along, wear a headscarf or something. If you are just a person who does what she says, it's fine to do business with them, and that's my point of view. It doesn't matter at all that I'm wearing what I'm wearing.
You know, the interesting thing is that the headscarf, or as it's called, the hijab, usually is taken to be a symbol of servitude, of oppression for Muslim women.
Yeah.
But actually, we see women like you.
I see freedom.
You freely choose to wear it
yeah.
because it's part of your conviction.
I think that the white Dutch people will see that by me. That it's my free choice. It's my choice, not nobody, because I have no husband. There is no husband who's telling me you have to do that. So it's my choice because Allah asked me to do it, and I obey Him. I'm proud to say that. I'm not. I will not hide it. But I'm proud to wear it. It's for us. It's an obligation. But I'm proud to be a Muslim, and I'm proud to show it that I am. And by that, you can see that I am a woman of faith. Yeah, that's what it is.
Were you married when you embraced Islam?
No, I converted or reverted after my divorce. And I wasn't married with a Muslim man. He was a Christian man. And during the last period of my marriage, I was already doubting. But in that phase of my marriage, it wasn't the right time to convert, to go on an investigation. So I finalized that the divorce.
And then you started
and
searching.
then I start my process, yes.
How about then the children? Does he see his children? I mean, your daughter,
Yes.
who is now observing the hijab, he sees her?
Yes.
What's his attitude?
I think he's not really happy about it. but she is a very outgoing girl, so she's able to explain to him. She's a very strong young lady, and I think she can handle it by him. Of course, in his house, she take it off. But he knew that she's going to Islamic high school. He knows that she's going to the mosque and live by the rules of Islam. He know that.
And it's her.
And it's her choice.
Her choice, of course.
Yes, and he can do nothing to. He's not able to stop that because it is her choice, and she's able to explain it to him.
But it's good that she is maintaining a good relationship with him.
Yes,
that's important.
For me, it's also important. He has other values than me, but I always told the three of them, go to visit your father. So every once a week they go. And it's fine by me. I support them. And actually, I push them to go. Even when sometimes he said, it's not necessary to come, I told them, no, we have the appointment. Once a week you go, and you have to go. And then they bring something to him. And yeah, and then they left. It's very easy. Yeah, we live nearby, so it's maybe a 10-minute walk. So it's easy for them to go, and it's fine by it.
May Allah bless them and bless you.
Ameen, ameen. Shukran,
Zabel, thank you very much for giving us the time.
Thank you so
It's
much
been
for
wonderful
this.
talking to you.
MashaAllah. Shukran, Bazaf.